Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Thursday, May 11th, 2023. My name's Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. And that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So, good morning, hello, and welcome. Thank you for being here, whether it's your first time, thank you so much, or you are coming back for more. Thank you as well. I do Stampin' Up! As a full-time job, and so watching my video helps me, giving me likes and thumbs up and hearts, subscriptions, follows, all that stuff helps me. So thank you so much. Let me say good morning over here. Stella, good morning. Let's see. Denise in Colorado, Linda in Mansfield. Marcia, good morning to you over on YouTube. Sorry, I'm like getting myself confused who I've said hi to. Cheryl Davis, good morning. Cindy, good morning. Marcia, Fran, good morning. Pat is here. Cindy shared. Thank you very much. And Pat shared. And Landa, good morning. All right. So good to see everybody here. As you come on, do say hi. Make a comment on replay or live, and that will get you entered to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. And I am using 2 stamp sets, Circle Sayings and He's All That, for the 3 cards. Turn it like that to get no glare. Anyway, that's what I'm using today on my cards. So as you come on, make a comment, again, replay, live, YouTube, or Facebook. And also, if you share the video, you'll get entered again, but you need to comment that you shared, like Pat did, like Cindy did, and so on. Just let me know you shared it, because otherwise I won't know. Sandy, good morning. Debbie, good morning. Diana in North Carolina, thanks for sharing. Good morning, Linda. All right, so a reminder, in YouTube later today, I will add timestamps down below in the description, so you can click more or show more on your device in the description, and that will open up the full description. And after this video ends and I am eating my lunch, I will add those timestamps for you. And what that allows you to do is skip directly to a certain portion of the video. You just click the little link, which is a timestamp, but I will label what it is, and you can go straight there. So that's down there on YouTube today, May 11th. And then tomorrow I will add my link over here to my tutorial store, so you can go check that out. All right. We are going to talk now about my upcoming classes. Hold on, I meant to remove that, and I clicked the wrong thing. Oh my goodness, I'm a mess on the computer today. So for all, as I told you, I do Stampin' Up! Full time. So for all of my upcoming events, I'm going to give you a PDF tutorial by email. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible unless otherwise stated. You will cut your own designer paper or kit components as part of the class if you're getting a pack or half a pack or whatever. And of course, you can purchase tutorials only. So anyone in the US can purchase my classes, and anyone in the world can purchase the tutorials. And again, there'll be a link to the tutorial store on the blog here. I mean, on the video on YouTube. And then I'll show you real quick. This is my blog address, stamptherapist.com. You can get to tutorials, events, etc. there as well. Okay, so upcoming events. Of course, I have my 4 monthly classes every single month: card, scrapbook, Stamp-A-Stack, sampler. You can take those all 4 in person and or to go. And card and scrapbook are $15 free with a $20 order. It's 4 cards or 3 12 by 12 pages. This month, I'm actually making 3 of the 4 cards for card class on this video today. However, the class is in 2 days. It's on Saturday, and I have 2 card class packets left and 1 scrapbook left. So if you'd like to get these classes for $15 free with a $20 order, you have very limited time. It's while supplies last. So I have 2 left of the cards I'm making today. And they are using those 2 stamp sets I already talked about, which Circle Sayings is a bundle. We'll talk about that later. Okay. And then scrapbook, we're making Father's Day or just, you can say family or whatever on it. And page 2 to our birthday with share a milkshake. So that's what scrapbook class theme is. Okay, the next 2 classes are, I'm going to catch up on you guys in a minute after I talk about these classes. The next 2 classes are Sampler and Stamp a Stack. They are subscription clubs you can join. Right now, you can join at the low price, and it's not going up crazy, but I am going to increase the price a little in July. So you can join those clubs now and get grandfathered in on the lower prices, which our Sampler is $28 a month. You get over $20 in merchandise, and we cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything possible for you. I didn't pull any recent ones, but I have some older samplers over here. Well, this one's semi-recent. Here's our Easter one. It's 12 by 12 framed art that you can, I guess these are recent, that you can decorate your own home with. They make great host gifts or just gifts in general. Seasonal, you can switch them out in your 12 by 12 frame to decorate for the season, etc., etc. And they're just fun projects to make. So those are some past samplers, but the one this month is with the awesome Cheerful Daisies bundle. And my sampler is not here right now because Karen has it, so she can help cut for me, or do all the cutting actually. But it's really pretty, and it uses the new Cheerful Daisies. So I have 2 left. I'm going to make sure. Yes, 2 samplers left. So join the club for $28 a month. Cancel anytime, but after 6 consecutive months, you get to get $25 in free merchandise from me for being a club member, and you get to you get little gifts from me almost every month. We have a cute little gift for you this month. I had another thing about the club though. I don't know, but you save money in club as well. So the club price is lower than just taking the single class. Anyway, I'm like, I lost my train of thought. But the class this month will be $30 if you just want to take the single class. So either one's fine. It's just first come. I have 2 left. Hopefully that makes sense. If I didn't make sense, just ask me privately. And then Stamp a Stack, I have 2 left. 12 cards, 4 designs, 3 of each, using Beautiful Balloons bundle. I did make 3 of those 4 cards on a recent Facebook Live. So you can go check that out if you want a full sneak peek. And it's only $30 for club members, $32 for non. 2 left. Price change goes up in July. Okay. Any questions, let me know. Robin said, I saw a sneak peek of the sampler and it's gorgeous. So excited to make it. Robin's one of my awesome club members. So thank you, Robin. And yes, she did. She was there when I made it, actually, when I made that sampler. So thank you. I'm glad you like it, Robin. Lori in Minnesota. Hey, let me go backwards. All right. Sandy's here. Good morning. Diana in North Carolina. Okay. I think I missed Sandy earlier. Linda Carver. Good morning in Idaho. Wendy BB. Good morning from Juneau, Alaska. Love it. Ramona. Good morning. Marcia said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up next to the live chat over on YouTube. Thank you, Marcia, always for that reminder. Let's see who's over here. Carmen, good morning. Jackie, good morning. All right, who else? Cindy Andrews, hello. Lori in Minnesota. Stacy in South Florida, and shared to Facebook. Thank you, Stacy. All right, so those are the 4 monthly classes. I have a few left of each one. If you need those links or any other info, let me know. And then paper share party and color refresh parties, they're coming. May 15th is your final deadline to register, so don't delay. So you can just take paper share. Let me get my little graphic up for a minute. You can just get the paper. one piece of every new designer paper and specialty paper, 6x12 or 6x6. And all the specialties are 6x6 due to cost. But if a designer paper comes in 12 inches, it will be 6x12. So we feel a lot more useful to you in your playing with that paper to see if you like it. So you can just take the paper share. You can just take the ribbon share or both of those and get 2.5 yards of each new ribbon, which I'm going to give you a visual of the ribbon now. And then you also can take separately or also the color refresh party. So this is including stamping. It's 10 cards with the 10 brand new colors. Both of these are with Alejandra Gomez and Jennifer Cotton. That is me. And we designed half and half. I have the cards here. I'm going to show you samples, or show you sneak peeks, I should say. Okay, so paper share, you can just do paper, just do ribbon, or you can add on the party for only $20 more. I don't know why you wouldn't add the party. You get 12 make and takes, a Facebook party, and a video where we make the cards step by step for you in the Facebook party. And they are recorded. You do not have to be there in person. The Facebook party is happening on June 10th for both of these. Color refresh is it's a party. It includes product. It includes the event. It includes the Facebook party, the make and takes, etc. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to point the camera down for a minute and show you all the ribbons. You will get 2.5 yards each of, if you take the ribbon share. I just want you to get a visual of this. You get 2.5 yards of every ribbon you see here. So these combo packs, 2.5, 2.5. There's 3 there. And then all these ribbons, including, of course, the 5 new in colors, plus all these other new ribbons. So 2.5 yards of each. And yes, you can just take ribbon share only, can do paper share only, or you can do ribbon, paper, and party, which is the best. By the way, if you take the party, I recommend adding on the ribbon share, because otherwise you will need to substitute whatever ribbons you want, which of course is fine, but we will be using these ribbons from your share in your make and takes. Okay, so speaking of that, let me show you a sneak peek of all 12 make and takes for the paper share party. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything except the Darling Details bundle, which you will use for your make and takes. Hold them back further because of the glare. And so you'll need that bundle to complete your projects. So cute. That's a very fun fold. Another fun fold. And then it's 12 cards. It's a lot to go through. So 12 make and takes. We cut, die cut, punch, and emboss everything except the Darling Details. And you'll also use the Layering Leaves stamp set. This is all the info is when you register. It's right there. Before you even actually register or pay, all the info is there on the page 1. So you can get out of it if you change your mind. But all those details are there in the registration link. And then color refresh party, 10 make and takes, 1 from each new color. Although it may, like this first one, the focus is lemon lolly, but it mixes in another new color, blueberry. So they're either monochromatic or they mix in another new color, not in colors. This is not an in color party. We're not using in colors. We are using the new or returning colors to our collection, not in colors. Again, we cut, die cut, punch, and emboss, except we're using the exact same stamps and bundle from the paper share. So you only need 1 stamp set, 1 bundle, Darling Details, Layering Leaves, and so of course Darling Details dies. You'll cut those yourselves. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have questions. I thought the ribbon came with the party. No, you have to add it's part of the registration though. It tells you paper share and party, paper ribbon party. It depends on which one you pick, Marcia. I can't remember if you registered yet. But yeah, it comes with it only if you choose that in your registration form. So hopefully that makes sense. Because some people would rather save that money, or they don't want all the ribbons later, like whatever's left. And so they just do paper and party. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Let's see. Pat, good morning. Hey, Marcy, Tommy, Darlin. Sorry you're late. No problem. I liked and I'm sending it for the ribbon share and definitely the party. Woohoo! Thank you, Darlin. France, good morning. Okay, Marcia. So send me a message just so I don't forget, and I'll check for you, see if you did the whole thing. I honestly don't remember who did what. I just like ran a report and placed a panic order on May 1st or May 2nd, but I can still get you added to that if you need to. Okay. August 10 through 13 in-person retreat in Temple, Texas. So you can come hang out with us, me, April McCrite, and lots of other cool stamping people or people who love to stamp. Although last time anyone can come. Last time we had some, they were crafters, not stampers. So they were doing all kinds of cool art. Yeah, everybody loved them. We got along great. We've had quilters, sewers, knitters, crocheters. Like you don't have to do paper crafting. So if you have a friend you want to bring and hang out with us, and they can work on whatever they want. But anyway, August 10 through 13 in Temple, Texas. Here's a picture of the room. 8-foot tables, so much space between the rows. You can walk down the aisle and not touch anyone's chair. Like it's amazing. And it's just a lot of fun. You do get a bed, of course. You get meals, and then you get to use April and my stamping supplies to do your make and takes and optional add-on classes. You get to borrow our supplies while you're there, use our stamps, use our punches, use our dies. It's a lot of fun. And of course, the friendships are the biggest thing. So that's in person, but we will offer that one to go as well. April and I are still finalizing what products we're going to use, but we'll announce that soon. I mean, it's only May right now. It's 3 months away. So, but when it gets closer, we'll announce what we're using and of course put out the to-go option. So, but I would register for in-person now just to hold your spot. All right, coming soon, the Jen and Jen Stamp Camp, Genevieve Co. in Canada. So if you live in Canada and you're watching this is a class you can take. You'll just register through Genevieve, which I can give you the link. And this is the June 17th Facebook Party Stamp Camp. We will be using the Beautiful Balloons bundle. You'll make 10 projects, get a nice goodie bag of product, and she'll design half and I'll design half. And then we will be offering 2 add-on classes, Circle Sayings, which will be from me. Genevieve is doing the Circle Sayings class, which is the set here. And then I'm doing the Just My Type class. And each of those will include 6 cards and we'll have all the info. So anyway, mark the calendar, June 17th, Facebook party, and registration links coming out soon. It needs to come out very soon. But in other words, I need to get busy. Okay, and then last event to talk about is the crafting cruise. You're definitely going to want to go on this one because it's amazing. January 28th, 2024, out of Galveston, Texas, on Harmony of the Seas. You will get to craft literally every day, 24 hours. Well, once we get the room set up. So from the second day forward, 24/7. All your meals are provided. Your room is included. Like cruising is the best deal value-wise to me for a vacation. But sorry, I was reading Robin's comment. She thought I was frozen. And then you get to do all the ship stuff too and go into ports. Like it's amazing. It's Costa Maya, Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, and Roatan, Honduras. So anyone can go. They don't have to take the crafting portion. They will get our group rate, which is the cheapest rate you'll find. It's lower than any Royal Caribbean special. So definitely check with our travel agent on that. And let me know if you have any questions on any of this stuff. I will be sending out an email at 1 o'clock today, which has a recap of this video and links to all of the events I've talked about that have links set up. Okay, so I'm going to point the camera down now and just show you some more stuff. I am going to quickly, I have a good stack here, but I'm going to quickly show you my swaps I received recently. with new catalog product. I did show these on the catalog walkthrough video that I did with Alejandra Gomez, but this will sort of combine them all together here for you. But definitely I recommend you go back and check out that video if you haven't had a chance yet, because it's amazing. It's 3.5 hours. You can break it up. You can watch a little here, watch a little there. But Alejandra and I go page by page and then stop at every new product, unless we made a mistake and missed something. We stop, give you a description, show it if we own it. And if she didn't have it, I show it, and vice versa. She made a super adorable card with the balloon bundle. I made a card with the earth and textures bundle. So you definitely want to check out that video if you haven't had a chance yet. And I did upload it to YouTube, so you can go to my YouTube channel and watch it there as well. Okay, so samples. This whole stack here, yes, is the Daisy. What is it called? I always want to call it the wrong name. Cheerful Daisies. I want to call it Delightful Daisies, which might be an old product we had. I don't know. Anyway, Cheerful Daisies. So these are swaps I have received either from my team events or a mail-in swap I did. And I'm getting more swaps when I go on the incentive trip next week with Stampin' Up. So I'll have more swaps when I get back home. By the way, speaking of that, I will not be on video the next 2 weeks. I will not be live. I'm very sad to miss you guys. But the next two, let me look at the calendar, the 18th and 25th. I'll be back on June 1st. That's crazy. Unless I decide to go live earlier that week. So I'll miss the next 2 weeks. Hopefully I'll make some posts and stuff to keep you updated. This one's got like Wink of Stella all over these flowers. This one uses lots of foil paper. Fun fold there. You can just stamp and they still look gorgeous. Another fun fold. Keep doing it upside down. Mix it with the Countryside papers. Oh, I think I lost a ribbon on this one. There is a sticky dot here and no bow, so I'll have to find that later. This one's a fun fold. A lot of these are from my team meeting swaps, which of course, if you're in my team, you can join in on the swap, or you can skip it if you want. Like, it's totally up to you. This is the one I made on the video with the earth and textures, which also comes in Spanish, by the way. It's in the online store in Spanish. It's out of stock currently, but it's coming back. Don't worry. Earth and Textures bundle, really awesome. And I show you a lot about that bundle in the video. These next ones are the Zany Zoo bundle. This was the one Robin made for our team swap. Of course, she won. Everybody in the team gets to vote. Isn't that adorable? Plus, it just shows these animals like so well. The Zany Zoo. All right, I folded it wrong. This one's super cute. Martha made that one. It can rock because it's a circle. Super adorable. And then these are swaps. Other swaps I received. I guess they're all swaps, but you know. Okay. Beautiful balloons, Countryside. I forget the name of this one and this one. But anyway, I'm just showing y'all these ideas real quick. Again, just to give you ideas and samples. There's that holographic specialty paper. Beautiful balloons. Awesome. And then this is the paper anyway is the Countryside. I forget the official name, but Countryside Inn or something like that. Really pretty. There's the stamp set that goes with it. There's dies, of course, that match that. I just don't remember the name of the set, but I showed it in the video. We went over it. And then the new crafting set mixed with the Countryside stuff. And then let me move these out of my way. I'm going to put these on display boards for my class Saturday, my in-person class. This is what we made for our team meeting this month. It was optional. You can always add on the make and takes. And some people turn these into cards instead, but it's all 5 new in colors with the little monkey bundle. Super cute. The 5 new in colors. Which one is your favorite? I really think Pebbled Path is my favorite. I also really love the Copper Clay. And then I really like Mauve and Boho. What is this one called? Wild Wheat. Needs to grow on me. Like, I think it's fine for what purpose it will serve. But it's like a mustardy, yellowy something. But anyway, I love Pebbled Path so much. And I love Copper Clay. But they're all going to be awesome. Anyway. Okay, and then more Little Monkey. Very popular in the swapping. This is a new one that I just got in the mail. She mailed it late. And yeah. And I had seen a question on my video after the fact, the other video, asking if this skirt was cut with the balloon dies. And looking at it now, I do not think so. Looks like she just hand cut that. See how this one's a little higher? That second cut. I think she just hand cut that real quick. It's so small, that would be easy to do. All right, so there's all the swaps I've received from the new catalog so far. And then I got a card in the mail from Oma, so I wanted to show that off and say thank you, Oma. It's a really nice look. Know that today a friend is thinking of you. So nice. So nice. Thank you, Oma. And then, last but not least, and then we'll get stamping. This is my online ordering special for this month. And let me go back and read your comments. Catherine in Virginia, good morning. Let me see somebody else. Charlotte, good morning. Jen, good morning. Carol, the cruise was amazing. Loved it. Thank you, Cheryl. You were amazing to hang out with as well. A lot of us will just be like, we have nothing to do today. Do y'all want to walk around port together? And we did that with Cheryl and Celine. Carol in Connecticut. That darling thumbs up on YouTube and Facebook. Woo, thank you. Terry, good morning. Cloudy Thursday morning in Texas. Yes, it was like we have fog advisories this morning. It rained here where I live a lot yesterday, in the morning only, I will say. But it was like a heavy rain. Nothing dangerous, just super heavy. And then it was all foggy today. Busy couple of weeks. Definitely, Terry. I was telling Terry privately yesterday about all my stuff coming up. Thank you, Robin. France, see you later. See you later. Let's see who else I got here. Cool. Okay, Stella, good morning. They are growing on me, but I missed which one, Stella. What's growing on you? Maybe a certain animal. That's usually what has to grow on people. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Joni. Thank you, Joni. Loving all the swap cards. And what else? Oh, I saw I don't know why I can't see your comment on this page, Rhonda. But Rhonda said, yeah, it's weird. It's not showing up on my computer, but I see it over here on my iPad. Oh, where did it go? Rhonda. Maybe you deleted it. Because now I forgot what it said, but I was going to answer it or comment on it. Yeah, I think it went away, Rhonda. Oh, the new in colors are growing on you, Stella. Yes, of course. Exactly. We have to have time to play with them and figure out what they work with and what they look good with. Totally. Okay, real quick. When you place your online order with me in the month of May, using the host code, you are going to get a free class packet to make 4 cards using the Zany Zoo bundle. That's if your order's 25 or more. If your order's 50 or more, you also get the free classic matte dots. This special ends May 15th. If your order is 150 or more, you still get those 2 gifts from me, but don't use the host code. You will then, in addition, receive at least $15 in merchandise from Stampin' Up. Your kits are sent in June, usually 1 to 1.5 weeks into the month. That gives us time to calculate how many, cut, order, etc. Okay, so this is the class you get free We cut, die cut, punch, emboss everything possible. You stamp and assemble at home, and of course do your coloring or whatever. But you'll receive all the pieces. The only thing you won't receive is the dots unless your order is 50 or more, and then you get a whole pack of classic matte dots. So that is the free class. I did a video on it already. You can go back and watch how I made 3 of the 4 cards. All right, today's cards are using Circle Sayings and He's All That stamp sets. Not too bad on my glare. This is my card class for this month. 4 cards for $15 free with a $20 order. By the way, side note, I want to remind y'all that if you are watching this video, make sure you make a comment so you will be entered to win the cards I'm making today. I'm making 3, 2 from this one, 1 from this one. And He's All That's not new, but I'm using new product on it, and I love the card. I actually copied it straight out of the catalog. Circle Sayings is brand new, and it is a bundle. You can get it bundled with the new 2 3/8 inch circle punch, which is obviously you can punch out some of these circular images with it, but it's new. I was going to say it's sold separately as well. If you, for some reason, don't like the stamp set, you can just get the punch, of course. Okay, so, oh, there's the bow. There's the bow. I knew it would be here because I know it was on the video the other day. A missing bow from that sample. Okay, so let me grab the ingredients for card number 1. Card 1. And again, 2 packets left for this class. 15 free with a $20 order. There's a separate host code. You do have to pay shipping if you need it mailed to you because it's only $15. Like, come on. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 5.5 card base, basic white. So you take your 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it in half either direction. And when you fold that in half, it's going to fit into your invitation size card base, or we call it medium. And that is what size this clear envelope is. We also carry those in white and vanilla, but clear is my favorite. By the way, all the measurements for all my cards today will be on my blog at 11 a.m. Central, in addition to the recipe cards and supply list over on the blog, which is stamptherapist.com. Here's the monthly host code, or the one through the 15th. Okay, next up is Misty Moonlight, one of our returning colors. You'll get to make a card with that in the color refresh party. But anyway, Misty Moonlight, and it is embossed with the Cascading Ruffles embossing folder. And grab it here, right here. This is a folder we've already been selling. This is sort of like, well, this is on this card. I'm going to use this ocean image. So Cascading Ruffles kind of looks like water when you want it to. So that's why I used it. By the way, Circle Sayings, which is the stamp set I'm going to use for the first 2 cards, is photopolymer. It has really only 2 images that are full circles, and they're actually smaller than 2 3/8. So you can use our other circle punches to punch them out if you want, or any dies you have. Where's right here? 2 inches. Yeah, they're about 2 inches, those 2 circle ones. And then layer with the 2 3/8 inch circle. But I believe these are bigger. Yeah, it's so there's these half circle images that are made more for the 2 3/8 inch punch. And so the half circle images are a solid flower, like literally it's a half circle, half of 2 3/8. Flowers and little leaves, but they're very solid. You don't have to color them in. A half circle of shells with little dots in between like sand. So of course they're outline shells, so you can color those in if you want. A half circle of the word sending you a, and it's in a dark banner, and then sending you a is etched out, so it'll be the color of your paper underneath. Half circle thinking of you. There is a sort of like a sunburst kind of image, smaller than half a circle, that you can use to accent your words or whatever above and below. There is a cupcake image that's an outline that you can stamp and color in. And then there's other greetings that are not half circles. Warm, hello, because you're awesome, smile, today, happy birthday, and thank you. Okay, so there's a set. So for this card, I have the Misty Moonlight that's basically the full size, the front of the card. Measurements will be on the blog at 11 a.m. Central. Embossed with cascading ruffles. And then I have a 3 1/4 inch white square, again, measurements on the blog, of basic white. And I punched out one of my circles that I'm going to need for this card from it. That's the 2 3/8 inch circle, because I'm going to cover that up with a piece of designer paper. And that is from the Bright and Beautiful 6x6 designer paper. This is the one that goes with the balloons. Check out the catalog walkthrough video for more details on this paper. But this paper does not have one balloon on it. So it has decorative images, I guess you would call it, on one side, like little circles and stripes and stars and triangles and confetti. And then the other side, most of the other sides are kind of watercolor wash type images. So anyway, the sheet I used for this is this one here. Oh my goodness. This is the other half of where I cut this from. So the back side is Misty Moonlight stars in sort of ombre. And the front side is an ombre of Misty Moonlight. It's darker on one end and it gets lighter and lighter as it goes up. So I thought that'd be perfect for this card. But some of you in the class are going to get the darker portion. And then my sample I'm going to show you that I pre-made has the lighter portion. So some will have the darker, some will have the lighter. It'll look fine. This is the darker portion on my sample. And yeah, so that's where that came from. Beautiful, bright and beautiful. There is also one or two other sheets that have the same design in a blue. It's just a different blue. So you can get several sort of watery type scenes if you want. Was that the same one? No, that's a different one. See? Okay. So we have that. That's just kind of going to go in the center. And then I have two basic white circles to stamp on. 2 3/8, the new one. And 2 inches. By the way, our circle punches are temporarily not orderable. Hey, G. Ann, thanks for sharing. Cindy, good morning. I'm going to look on the report real quick. The 1 3/4 and the 2 inch circle punch are coming back approximately June 19th. What did I say? This is the 2 inch circle punch. Okay, and then I have a 2 3/8 inch Misty Moonlight circle that I will be putting the smaller white circle on. I did pre-stamp this due to time and due to this is a class and everything's packed up for it. So getting it out was going to be a lot. So this is a Misty Moonlight pre-die cut banner from the Stylish Shapes dies. This die right here. You get banners, circles, and squares. Pre-die cut that, but then what I did was heat emboss the word smile on it with white embossing powder. So you'll do that for your pack, class. If you buy this class packet, you'll heat emboss smile on there. If you don't know how to heat emboss, ask me and I will find a different video where I actually did heat emboss for you. Okay, and then last but not least, I have a strip. It's like 5.5 inches of this wonderful, wonderful new ribbon called Misty Moonlight Inner Braided Ribbon. It's so soft and flexible. You would think this white part would make it super thick. It does not. It's so soft. It ties beautiful bows. And it's extremely easy to work with, and I love it. You'll get, of course, 2.5 yards of that in the ribbon share. This ribbon right here, but I love it. I wish this is the only color it comes in. I wish it came in like 10 different colors because it's so nice. Okay, so let me do my stamping. I'm going to grab the 2 white circles and I'm going to stamp. I have to get my tub actually because, like I said, this is a class for this weekend, so it's all in the tub. These tubs are what people can take from my house after the in-person class, and they can stamp at home. And then we also offer it where they can just come to the in-person event and do it there. Okay, so I'm just grab some scratch paper in case. Hopefully I'll be okay on my stamping here. I have my Misty Moonlight ink pad. I'm going to stamp on the smaller circle this image that is a circle, and it's got an ocean wave on the bottom and sort of a sunburst on the top and a circle in the middle of that. It's outlined. You could color it in, but we're just going to stamp it in Misty on the 2-inch circle. Look at that. I touched it down before I stamped. Let me concentrate. I found that to stamp this on a pre-punched circle, you want to focus on the top portion and make sure those sunbursts are at the very top. You could stamp it and then punch it out if you prefer, which might be a little easier. So I'm not perfect there, but it is fine. Nobody's really going to notice that I'm a little off here. Okay, and then the other image I'm going to use on this is the half circle banner Sending You A. And this is the one that's real solid, so make sure you ink it well. Tap, tap, tap. Don't press hard. Inking well means inking in multiple times and places, but not pressing hard. And then if you don't have a firm, hard table like I do, I'm stamping this on the larger circle, you will want to use the Stampin' Pierce mat underneath to get a good solid image on a stamp like this. And so Sending You A is white because I stamped it on that white circle. And I'm not perfect on my alignment, but it'll be fine. So Sending You A, and then there's lots of words to choose from in the stamp set. You know, sending you a what? By the way, I have my new Misty Moonlight regular Stampin' Write marker for them to sign the back of their cards with, because you have this nice fine point now, and you can just be like, made by Jennifer Cotton, and it'll match. So that's cool. Anyway, I think that's all, because I already heat embossed, if you remember. So I think that's all I have to stamp here. Now we're ready to assemble. This is my simplest card. Well, actually, another one is pretty simple too, the one I'm not making today, and I don't have that one here. Landa has it. Anyway, because you make 4 cards with card class. Okay, so I'm going to attach the Misty Moonlight Cascading Ruffles piece to the card base. This card's going to be portrait up and down. Then I will attach the designer paper square to the white square. And of course, it has some lines going across for the ombre effect. So you want those going across, not up and down. And I'm putting the lighter toward the top. And I am attaching this flat to the center of the card, you know, which center means approximately the center. You don't have to be perfect. And then I will attach flat the ocean waves piece to the pre-punched 2 3/8 inch Misty Moonlight circle. I'm loving just punching circles. I bet Landa and Shirley are too. Instead of, I mean, die cutting circles is great because there's so many different sizes, but you just punch out 20 in a row. It's really nice. Okay, and then for Sending You a Smile, we're going to first add, where's the order? Maybe you could do this in a different order, but I'm going to add adhesive to the back of my banner. I put a couple of rows more than normal, and I'm just using Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to fold this inner braided ribbon back and forth. I forget what you call this pattern, but it's just back and forth on top of each other. And then that is going to go behind my word smile at a slight angle. But notice how I'm not looking at the back of where I'm gluing it. I'm looking at the front because that's what matters, how it looks. It can look really great on the back and look terrible on the front. So look at the front. You can pull it off if you don't like how you placed it and redo it. It's the beauty of this technique. Then I'm going to grab my mini Stampin' Dimensionals, my favorites, my mini, and put those on either side of the ribbon and then one right in the middle of the ribbon. And then this will go on the white circle, Sending You a Smile. So that ribbon really helps fill in all of that blank white space around in this circle, on this particular card. And then this circle will go on with Stampin' Dimensionals as well. I'm just going to use 4 mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And then last but not least, in your packet, actually, you will have these little dots, but I did not take the time to cut them up for this video, for visual effect. But in your packet, we will have cut off these little dots for you. These are the new ombre matte decorative dots. And this color, I don't know if it's misty or navy. Let me grab my catalog. This is Old Olive, Calypso Coral. I don't want to say the wrong color. But you get 4 colors and they're ombre. So the left side is darker. And as you move to the right, each row of dots is lighter and lighter. So you might get the darkest one in your packet. You might get the lightest one in your packet. That's just all we can do on that. Number 5 here on page 141, Calypso Coral, Old Olive, Coastal Cabana, and Night of Navy. It looks beautiful with misty moonlight as well. Okay, so you should have 2 in your packet. There's basically 2 sizes, large and small. There is a big difference in size. The large one, I mean, it's not crazy big, but the large one's really large and the small one's really small. And so I'm just putting a couple of those at the top right corner of my, designer paper, large and a small. And that's it. That is card number 1 in card class this month. All right, let me check up on comments as I gather my stuff for the next card. Go back. Cindy, no problem. Hey, Jean in North Dakota. Good morning, lady. She says, thank you, Pat. Pretty card. Thanks, Jean. Yeah, so it's, and by the way, the 2 different sections of the designer paper, lighter and darker. I think I like the lighter better, but, the dark works. And if whoever you give this to never saw the light version, so it's all good. You don't want to waste that designer paper. You want to get 4 out of a sheet. Okay, so there we go. Don't forget, if you comment on this video, you will be entered to win these cards I'm making today. And if you share the video, make sure you comment that you shared so you can be entered a second time to win them, to have a chance to win. And what am I trying to say on this one? Even on replay, that's it. Okay, so the next card has a basic white card base. We're going to put the bone folder right here. Basic white card base, 5.5, 8.5. I'm going to fold it in half. This card will be portrait as well. And this card idea, I got the idea off Pinterest, but it wasn't a card. It was a little gift box. So it was like a little gift box. And I took the front of that and turned it into a card. The name was like Pretty Something. It was like a business name. And if you go on, at least for me, if I go on Pinterest and type in Stampin' Up beautiful balloons, it's one of the first samples that comes up, I believe. I think it was on Pinterest. Okay, so the next layer is Bubble Bath. Of course, my favorite, Bubble Bath, my new favorite color of the returning and new colors, Bubble Bath. So that's for the front. Measurements will be on the blog, and it's been embossed with the awesome polka dot folder from the 3D or Basics 3D embossing folders. It's a set of 3. They're in the online store. They're temporarily not available, but they will be back. Let me look at this date now. Unless they came back. Hold on. Did they come back? Hold on. Oh, they might be back in stock. I'm going to search it. Basics. Ooh, I think they're back in stock, everybody. That might be old news. I don't know. Because I don't need to order them. Okay, looks like these are back in stock if I'm reading that report correctly. So you can order them now. 3 for $30. And they're amazing. Okay, so we have that. Then we have a square of Misty Moonlight. And then a square of the beautiful, bright and beautiful designer paper, the one I just showed you. The side I'm going to use is a white base with watercolor, really large watercolor circles, like 1 inch like they're painted on with really even watercoloring, but they're translucent and they kind of overlap each other. So it's really pretty. Then I have a pre-punched 2 3/8 bubble bath circle. I have a scrap of basic white. Let's hide this piece right here. And then a little scrap of the Bright and Beautiful designer paper. This is a design that on one side has diagonal white and bubble bath stripes. They are a little ombre on the sheet, so one end will be darker, one end will be lighter. And then the scrap of white, I think that's it. And then this ribbon, which is our gorgeous white glittered organdy ribbon. You will not see that in the catalog now, but it's in the online store, so you can still get it. And by the way, in the online store means anyone can purchase it. At demonstrators can, on demo orders, customers can, at parties, anyone can purchase it. I'm also going to use these adhesive back solid gems, which would be cut up and in your packet. Again, I just didn't take the time to do that. Okay, let me grab, I forgot my stamps are over here today. I'm going to grab this cupcake stamp and this circle image that's it's a circular image. It says celebrate 3 times in a circle with a little dot in between each one. It's all caps and it fits the 2-inch circle punch. So for this one, we're going to stamp celebrate in Misty Moonlight. By the way, do y'all notice how I have instructions on here for the in-person class? I don't know what to put behind that. Here we go, the white. Misty, 1 stamp, 2 punch. Okay, so you want to stamp this circle, celebrate, 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 to one side or the other of your little scrap of designer paper, the stripes, so that you can hold the other end to punch with the 2-inch circle punch. And then I'm going to stamp the cupcake in Memento Black ink on this little scrap of basic white. So I'm going to color it in with Stampin' Blends. So that's why I'm using Memento Black. But if you were going to color it with water, basically watercolor it or whatever, you would use Stays On ink. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to hold onto one side of my little designer paper here, insert it into the punch, which I've opened up. I've unlocked it. Pressing this little button, pressing this button right here. And now it's open and I hold it upside down so I can see what I'm doing. And I get the image positioned where I want. You can kind of squeeze the punch a little to hold it in place and make sure it's where you want, and then squeeze with 2 hands. It's a very tight fit for the 2-inch punch, but it does fit. And then I have Misty Moonlight and Bubble Bath Stampin' Blends. Yay. Light and dark, light and dark. These are alcohol markers. I'm trying to make all the words go the same direction. Alcohol markers. That's why you need to stamp in a water-based ink to color with them. And I want to say about this. Oh, don't get mixed up if you're taking this class in person. This marker is just to sign the back of your card with. That is not a blend. This is water-based. These are alcohol. So don't get mixed up. Okay, so I'm just going to color this a little because I've pre-colored one and hand cut it out. But for anyone who doesn't know how to use alcohol markers and light and dark together, they're called blends because you can blend together. So I've got the dark, I've got the dark Misty. They can dry out really fast, so put the lid back on if you're not using one. I'm just going to trace. You can put the shadows, which is the dark, wherever you think they should be, but I'm just tracing the lines that Stampin' Up! Drew on the cup, I guess, part of the cupcake. And then I'm going to color over that and color everything else with the light. I personally am using the brush tip. I mean, not the brush tip, the fine point, but there is a brush tip as well. And it's just whichever works for you. whichever you like better and whichever doesn't go outside of the lines if your image is small, you know. But you get the same result no matter what. So you have light and dark. You can go back in with more dark, in with more light. There we have a tool called the color lifter to lighten it up some, but you can go over and over and over it 500 times and your paper won't break down because it's alcohol. Put the lids back on immediately and it will bleed through to the other side. And then bubble bath, of course, our icing is going to be pink for this card. And so I'm using dark bubble bath where I want the dark part. You would choose yourself. You might be more artistic than me and know better where it should be. And then go over the whole thing with light. By the way, it's not wrong to do light first, then add your dark, then go back with light and blend it out. But as I'm coloring over this dark, it's blending the two together so that you can see where it is darker, but it's not a harsh line. So you can see where it's darker, but it fades like the ombre, like like this paper, you know, it fades more evenly from dark to light. So there you go. It's pretty simple. Then I did, shout out Robin, this is for you. Thinking of you, Robin. I did put Wink of Stella in the box so this cupcake can shimmer. This is our glitter brush. It's clear. You can put it on top of whatever you want. You stamp something, you have designer paper, and it literally just puts glitter, but sometimes, oh, you can kind of see it. Sometimes it's hard to see on a video. But one warning on this is when you use a water-based ink, sometimes it will bleed because this is very wet and it's not alcohol-based. So be careful of that. Now, for some reasons, Memento Black is water-based, but it doesn't seem to bleed bad with this. So just test that on scraps before, like this Misty, I would be scared. This Misty, I would be scared it would bleed. So be careful on that. All right. Now we have all our pieces. Oh, and then hand cut it out. Hand cut it out. Which is the part where it's like, what? No. And hopefully I put everything back in this tub. I hope I did. Now this is ready to go to class with me Saturday. I hope. I'm like looking around the table because, oh, and yeah, one time I put my bone folder in the tub and I couldn't find it forever until I figured out that's where I put it. So hopefully I did not put anything that doesn't belong in there. But yet, what needs to be in there is there. Okay, so I'm attaching the little celebrate flat to the bubble bath circle. I'm going to put the, no, those are my old big ones, mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the cupcake. By the way, something hilarious happened at my in-person class last month. This was so funny. Okay, so I'm just positioning the cupcake so it's like one of the celebrates is at the top with dimensionals. One of my customers was like, oh my gosh, Jennifer, did you see? I'm so glad they finally brought back the big size dimensionals. And I was like, what? Because I only use minis, she thought these were discontinued. And I was like, I'm sorry I made you think that. If you like the big ones, use the big ones. But we do still sell the big ones. I just don't use them anymore. I just use minis. So it was hilarious. I was like, I can't believe I made you think that. So that was pretty funny. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Good morning, bro. Good, Robin says, yay for Wink of Stella. I knew you would like that, Robin. Okay, so I thought that was funny about the dimensionals. I'm going to attach the designer paper square to the Misty Moonlight square. This, let me now attach my bubble bath embossed cardstock to my card base. This card is up and down portrait. Remember, I got this idea, I think it was Pinterest, but it might be this Facebook group called Demonstrator Planning Place, where only demonstrators can be, and there's a million amazing samples. Now I'm confusing myself where I saw it. This is a pretty large square, so I will allow 9 dimensionals. 3, 3, 3. And that's a joke because I use way less than most people. But it's a really big square, so we'll do 9. Okay, and then again, it's kind of a copy of the other card. It's right in the center. Not a copy, but it's similar a little bit. And then, or maybe I got the idea for the other card from this one, since this was from Pinterest, you know, and just change it up. I can't remember, honestly, what I did, what inspiration I got from where. Okay, 4 dimensionals on the back of my bubble bath circle. This just goes right in the center of the square. And then we'll add dots and a bow. So I'll do my bow next. This is, I'm going to move those. This is the glittered organdy ribbon, as I mentioned already. I'm going to tie a bunny ear bow. This is like the size, approximately the size piece that'll be in your packet. So make 2 bunny ears, 1 in each hand. If you can do whatever kind of bow you want, but if you want to do this kind, equal tails on both sides, lots of space in between the 2 bows. That gives you plenty of space to work with. Between the 2 ears, or loops, I should say. And then see how the ribbon is flat, flat, flat. It's not all like this. And I'm fixing to try to make a bow to look pretty. No, keep it flat. And then right loop over left. Push that right one down into the rabbit hole and pull. I just realized Xana's not here. Missing Xana. Okay, and then I'm just going to fix the bow, of course. Pull on whichever thing you need to pull on to make the bow smaller or the tail small, the right size. It's pretty good. So then it's uneven. So I will trim. I think I'll put it on the card first and then trim. This ribbon does shed. It sheds glitter a little bit. Not horrible, but I usually tie it off like where I'm over the floor instead of over my project. Just a tip there. Okay, mini glue dots. Peel the protective coating back until you only see 1 dot. Don't reveal them all. Fold your paper backwards so you can just press right down into this holder. Pick it up, and I'll just put this bow down in the bottom left corner of the circle. And now I will trim it. I think both sides need trimming. And then these dots, you're going to get there. So these are, sorry, the adhesive back solid gems. You get, I need to look them up as well. I should have left my book open to that page. Pretty sure that's boho blue and copper clay. These are the ones you get with the Daisy class this month, by the way. Copper clay, boho blue, and lemon lolly. There we go. So we're using lemon lolly. And what I was going to say before that is these come in 3 sizes. You have a row of large, a row of medium, and a row of small. So you will get 1 of each, a large, a medium, and a small. And that large, medium, small. I was going to say something else. I lost it. I don't know, but it'll be in your packet. Cannot think what it was. And there it is. Card number 2. Here's my original. See the shimmer on the cupcake? Looks delicious. I'll take one. If you're just joining, make sure you make a comment. Say hi. Even if you're watching replay, that way you can get entered to win these 3 cards I'm making today. Or you can take the class, but there's only 2 spots left. So you can take it to go, but only 2 spots left. And you can come in person or to go. Just let me know. And let me know if you need the links and all that. Love the cupcake card. Thank you, Stacy. Cute cards 1 and 2. Thank you so much. Let me see who said that. Facebook user. Jackie, thank you. Margot, love it. It's on my list. I'll watch later. Got to go to work. Glad I found you. Thank you, Margot. Awesome. Thanks, Lori. Okay, and I do have 2. So that was my last card with circle sayings. The next one's going to be He's All That. I do have 2 additional samples that I've received swaps of using the cupcake set. So this one, they just punched out the cupcake or die cut it. I don't know, because we don't sell that size circle. Well, we might. I don't know, but it's in a circle, the cupcake, instead of hand cutting out. And then a couple more circles. That's pretty cute, actually. It fits in a circle around Celebrate fits around it. But the point is, they use the countryside designer paper on that one, so it's all blues. And then this one's just really pretty, uses the same designer paper I used with Berry Burst, and just stamp the cupcake in the middle of a white circle with Celebrate all around it, instead of doing all the fancy stuff. This one has Wink of Stella on the cupcake. The blue one does. Okay, so there we go. Okay, last but not least, this is my favorite card, and I did case it, which means copy and share everything. I did case it. This is number 3 from the annual catalog. Using the He's All That stamp set. This is a stamp set that's been around for a while, and like, it's not new, in other words. There's a little piece of plastic in my plastic bag. But anyway, it's got like To the Man Who Does Everything, Happy Birthday to a Classic, with a classic car there, Together for the Long Haul, and there's a like a mini bus, like a Volkswagen bus with a surfboard on top. Every Day with You is Another Adventure, and there's a compass in the center. Holy smokes, you're amazing. And a couple of like barbecue tools. Wishing you a happy Father's Day. Love this guy. Hello, handsome. And then number 1, a little sort of like a top of a screw stamp, like a Phillips head, and then just a photo corner stamp. It's red rubber, and 3 of those images are circle shapes, and then the dies that were bundled with this, but they're not anymore, are called All That dies. And so there is pretty much a die that will fit exactly or fit good enough every greeting in here. Every greeting. So there is a small oval for the Holy Smokes. There's this circular one, which I'm going to use on this card, but it's really nice. It puts a beveled edge, and then it's sort of scalloped edge, but more flat scallops. So to be more masculine, probably. That'll fit these 3. There's a rectangle for To the Man Who Does Everything, but again, the edge is beveled or embossed, however you want to say that. And then there's these other shapes, well, mainly this one, that can fit the other greetings. There's an arrow one for that. So these dies stand alone 100%. You totally can use these dies without the set, and of course, vice versa. But I did use a ton of these dies on this card today. Okay, so let me start out with my card base. It's Copper Clay. Copper Clay, one of the new in colors. I'm going to fold it in half with the bone folder, 5.5 by 8.5. And this will be up and down portrait. Then the next layer, this is the one. It is the, let me see. I have it right here. I'm like, what is the name? Exposed Brick 3D embossing folder. It's a 6x6 folder. My folder is actually with Lander right now, but here's the packaging. So I pre-cut or pre-embossed this. This measurements will be on the blog for this, but I think this is like, 3 1/4 inches wide. Embossed with the copper clay. Does it not look amazing? Yes, it does. And that's going to go on the front of the card here, right in the middle. And then we have 2 pre-die cut, very vanilla shapes from the All That dies, this big circle and the big rectangle. And then I have pre-die cut this designer paper. Actually, let me grab the packet so you can see. This is a new designer paper. Let's Go Fishing. This is a great masculine paper. Most of the sheets, I believe, have a side that's not super fishing related. So like this is just like a almost denim wood grain. This is like net, but I think that could totally be a neutral background if you're not doing a fishing themed card. This one is like, to me, water waves, but again, just a neutral blues background. Map, that can go with lots of stuff. So fishing lures on one side, boom, here's the brown plaid that I'm using, which, let's see what brown this is. I'm thinking pecan pie, maybe. Yep, it's going to be pecan pie because we don't sell soft suede anymore. And it's like a really nice, intricate plaid. And then more lures, and then on the back, just boom, pebbled path and sort of very vanilla distressed stripes. So hopefully y'all see what I mean. One side will be neutral, sort of masculine, but not fishing related. The other side will be pretty fishing related. So it can totally be your masculine paper this year. And it's called Let's Go Fishing, right? Yes. So from that paper, I die cut from the sort of one of the denim looking ones, these two little banners, and then this label image from the plaid one. And by the way, those two little banners, it's one die that cuts two banners at a time. So that's really cool. Okay, now I did pre-stamp this one because it was kind of hard with red rubber. You kind of need to stamp first and then die cut. Let me grab my class tub. And scratch paper. Okay, what I'm going to do first. Oh, I missed. Sorry, I did miss two other things I die cut for you. Orlando and Shirley did, but I die cut mine. In this set of dies, you get two of these dies. It's a little argyle pattern that you can use as an accent. It's cut out of crumb cake, and you will need to poke out these excess pieces before you put your card together. So I'll do that when I assemble my card. But you get two of those in the packet, and they're crumb cake. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is on this copper clay cardstock that has been embossed with the brick, I already forgot the name, exposed brick folder. I'm going to take my scissors. Be careful, don't cut yourself. And I'm going to distress the edges here. Make sure the brick is facing you, like the correct way, because I did all this distressing and I'm basically pushing the paper forward on the edges here. And I did all that, and then I had done it this way, and I had to like push it and force it the other direction. Also, I would recommend doing this over the floor or over a trash can because it's going to create a lot of little pieces of fibers of paper. That's why I put the scratch paper underneath right now to catch it. But you don't want it over your workspace. You want to be able to clear it off. So it wouldn't be the scratch paper you're actually have all your other stuff on if you do that. And you literally just sort of distress and almost cut the edges. It's fine if you bend and tear a little bit because we're going for a very distressed look. The corners can really be like bent up. You can even, if you really distress them, they will peel apart a little bit. The paper will peel apart. That will look good. So anyway, you do this all the way around. I cannot remember if there's a tool that does this in the new addition to the Take Your Pick tool. But there might be. I can't remember. We used to sell a tool that did this that I loved, but we don't sell it anymore. Other than that, you can use scissors. Just don't cut yourself. Be very careful. You can do a similar effect with a bone folder, but it won't tear up the paper as much. I'm doing all four sides. That's why it's taking me a minute. guess I could have pre-done this, but I actually only had this one piece left because Landa has my folder. I was like, well, you got the one, don't mess it up. Okay, so lots of trash fell off. I would actually take this over to the trash can or the floor and thump it and just really make everything fall off. And there's a reason. And let me get rid of this stuff. I'm just going to put it in the floor. Because we're now going to add color to this, and I don't want those fibers picking up and going into my ink pad. You know, I want to avoid that as much as possible. But I'm going to take my copper clay new in color ink pad, and new is the key word here. This is a new ink pad, so you are going to pick up a lot of color. This is my small blending brush. Love the small blending brushes. Love them so much. Hey, Lula. Hello. Betsy, good morning. Love the new exposed brick folder. Yes. I bet someone's going to come out where they do this on white or a light color and do like spray paint effect. That's going to look really cool. Or like art, like pop art or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, such a sweet card. Thank you, Robin. Just ordered Circle Sayings, Debbie. Good. Yeah, it's an awesome embossing folder. So tearing at the edge with scissors. It pretty much works with any paper. If it's too thin, like maybe a designer paper might be more difficult. You have to really hold the paper at the edge right where you're doing it. You can't like hold it on this left end and try to do the right end. You're going to end up bending and pushing. So you have to move with it down the line. And but it should work with any paper as far as I know, again, unless it's too thin and it just ends up really destroying it. Like this is just what do you call it? It's scratch paper. So you see right there, it already ripped, which if you want that effect, but we're really going for the edge, it's really difficult to do on something super thin like that, if that makes sense. It's not giving the same effect. But other than that, so just test it on a scrap. And yes, should work. Okay, so my main point on this is when you go in just a touch with copper clay, look how dark you get. Literally, I barely touched it 2 times. And that's probably because this ink pad is brand new. But still, just be careful. So we're going to take that off on our scratch paper some, right? And then you can pick it up, and you could use a sponge for this part as well and apply it to the edges. I prefer to scrape it against the edges instead of leaving it on the table and doing this, because you end up with these little half circles, if that makes sense. But this is for the edges, and then we're going to do something different on the inside. And I'm always light-handed with this stuff, so I don't necessarily get as much ink as other people, but this stuff is dark, y'all. I think it's, again, because it's a new pad. Like, see, I'm not really even needing to re-ink it at this point. This is more of a warning to my in-person class people. Okay, so now I've still got some ink on there, so let me just see. Like, do a little, take it off, do a little distressing on here. Directly on the front of the exposed brick. And I think that's going to be good enough. It's like a slow burn. It's like, oh, wait, there is color there. If you keep adding and keep adding, you're just going to turn the whole thing dark and it won't be an effect anymore. So yeah, there we go. There is some paper still, little fibers flying off. So try not to get them on your ink pad. We're just sticking this in a baggie for the class so it doesn't get all over everything else in that tub. And that should be the only thing we're using copper clay for in the class today. All right, and then, so that's going to look amazing against a copper clay piece that has not been distressed, because it'll really make it stand out. And by the way, again, I copied this from the catalog. I need to remember to open it to that page at the end. Okay, I'm going to stamp in Old Olive the rectangle to the man who has everything, who does, I think, keep thinking it says has, to the man who does everything. Right in the center. This rectangle was made to fit this image, so perfect. And then I'm gonna admit this misty moonlight, this circle which is the Every Day with You is Another Adventure, and it has like a compass image on it. For me, it's hard to align when I pre-cut my circle. Therefore, I'm going to give it a try. But I pre-did one. I give it a try. I think everybody's stamps are different. Mine is like higher at the top on the rubber side and higher to the top, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do what I think is centered and then scoot it down a little bit and see what happens. Misty Moonlight ink. Oh, that's a lot better than my other one. Actually, that pretty much looks fine in comparison to the one I pre-stamped. And that's just darker. It probably faded a little because I stamped this last night with the same exact ink pad, or yesterday. Got something on that ink pad, but it's fine. Okay, so there's our stamping. Now we're just going to assemble this card. I can put the lid back on this one safely as well. Okay, so first let me just attach my exposed brick piece flat. A little more adhesive than I normally use since it's embossed. Top to bottom, it will be aligned with the top and bottom of the card. And then this is one where you really kind of just have to look at the card and see, okay, which piece do I need to glue down first? And you kind of put them down in the order from bottom to top because there's a lot of layering. I'm going to poke out all these pieces from my Argyle design. Let's check y'all's comments. Jennifer got in tips. Stamp the set. Oh, the stamp set, Lasting Joy, on page 64. Coordinates with the Country Inn Suite. Hold on, Lasting Joy on page 64. Let me look. I can't remember it. Also, speaking of coordinating with the Country Inn Suite, our Paper Pumpkin this month does as well. Here's my catalog. 64. Okay, I'm just looking this up. Okay, so they're saying Lasting Joy coordinates with the Country Inn stuff. And then specifically the Paper Pumpkin kit for May also does, in case you guys haven't seen that. And there's going to be coordinating dies. Get this, memorize this, while supplies last. I think you can, I don't know for sure. I think you can order the dies today while supplies last. Landa, why would you poke those pieces out? Landa, you're in trouble. That's too time consuming. Landa said she already poked these pieces out for y'all. She's not supposed to do that. We don't have time. She's cutting a lot of stuff over there, y'all. So that's why I'm saying that. But good job. Thank you, Landa. Everybody give Landa extra thank yous. I'm going to shop now real quick in my store and see if you can buy these dies now. And then you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin by June 10th. It's actually the June kit. I forgot. It's called the June kit. The May one ended yesterday to subscribe, and then they'll mail it later this month. Let me poke these out while my store takes forever to pull up. Anyway, the dies, there's 3 of them, of a vase, a flower, and a leaf. They are $6. Item number 163192. Let's type it in. 163192. Oh. What the heck? Hold on. 163. I'm like, nothing's working. Yep, you can order them right now. They're called Welcome Inn, INN dies, and they are while supplies last. And then they'll cut out this image from the new Paper Pumpkin kit that you can subscribe to now or go to my store and prepay. All right, there we go. A lot of them fell out naturally anyway. That's true because all of mine were not there. Cool. Thank you. Let me see who gave you the tips. Aneka, thank you for the tip. She says Sharon Armstrong said that. And by the way, Laura and Aneka, how many demos are going? How many demos are going to what? I'm not sure where. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about earlier. But anyway, I'm not sure how many, what event you're referring to. And let me see if there's any other comments here. Mary, hello. Lori, good morning. Oh, Robin already answered my question. I didn't even have to look it up. Robin said, yes, the dies are available today. Thank you, Robin. I probably could have read more detailed on the Stampin' Up post, but of course I did not. Cindy will definitely have to catch replay. All right. Okay, so I have my little silicone craft sheet out here to add adhesive to the 2 argyle pieces. I'm only adding it to these 2 thick diamonds. That's all you'll need. It's fine. And then let me add adhesive to the 2 banners as well. You can use this when you're putting adhesive on something skinny where you might go over and get it on your table or your scratch paper. Use the silicone craft sheet. It won't stick to it. It's like magic. I'm adding adhesive to most of these. The only piece with Stampin' Dimensionals on this entire card is going to be to the man who does everything. Everything else is flat. So I'm putting adhesive on all of these so I can start building it up based on the sample, which you'll have when you do this. So bottom left corner at, just sort of a weird little angle there, I'm putting the argyle piece. And then next to that, I'll put this die cut label designer paper. And then sort of overlapping those 2 more toward the left. The circle, Everyday With You, is like another adventure. And then my 2 little banners go over here to the right, a little bit above the label is the first one, almost to the edge of the card. And then the next one, I'm just going to overlap it with this banner a little bit, but pull it back to the left some. So see how it's not looking too cute right there? We just cover that up with this piece, the Everyman. And then this other argyle will kind of go back behind to the man who has everything. So I'm just going to see where that's going to be height-wise. Place that down. And now I'll add Stampin' Dimensional. So hopefully that made sense. So here you go before we add the final piece. Take a screenshot. And then 4 dimensionals on my little to the man who does everything. And then we are going to add some dots to this card and then we'll be done. So this actually covers up part of the words Every Day With You is Another Adventure, but you can kind of figure out what it says. Plus it's just a collagey kind of card. My dots we're using are the ones from the first card, ombre matte decorative dots. We'll use the olive and the Night of Navy. So you will get 2, a large and a small of the navy. And I'm just sprinkling these around, and then, oh no, you'll get a large and 2 small of the navy, and then a large and small old olive. Again, different color. You might get lighter or darker. And the other small navy, the 2 greens go top left and the other navy goes top left. So there we go. I think I actually used less dots than they did in the catalog. Other than that, it's pretty much an exact copy. So I'll find that in the book real quick. I had the page memorized for a while, but then now I don't remember. And that is card number 3. This is card class for this month, plus 1 other card, which uses the He's the Man set. as well. And that one's at Landa's. He's the man. Let me look it up in the index. Or he's all that, page 83. Okay, so the sample is on page 82. Let me bring it in here, right there. Oh, by the way, you can get the recipes, just the ingredients to the catalog samples in a file that Stampin' Up! Provides to demonstrators. And so I put that on my blog on the right side above where it says view the catalog. Above it is the catalog sample recipes. They do not give instructions or measurements, but they list the supplies they used. But actually now I'm like, did I use the right color paper? Because this looks like pecan pie, but I like the copper. I don't know if I used the right color. I don't remember. It might be pecan because of this. I think the copper looks really good though. But anyway, yeah, so there you go. Let's look at all 3 cards from today. Put them in order that they appeared. These are the ones you have a chance to win by commenting on the video and or sharing the video. And then when you share, comment that you shared so I'll know. This works on replay as well. Those are the 3 cards. Thank you. All right, Cindy, only 2 left. So I know you know how to register. So get registered. She's like, I'll have to order this. And thank you, Cindy. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Sherry. And Cindy shared. Thank you. Again, shout out to Landa for punching all these out for y'all. She's so good. Great Father's Day card. Agree. Let me see who said that. Jackie. Yes, definitely. To the man who does everything. And it's not too specific, like tools, fishing, hunting, whatever. So yeah, generic, but really nice Father's Day. Hey, Valley Chick. Good morning. Hey, Jean. Landa. What is 82? How many you had to cut out? What is 82? See if somebody asked you a question. We'll definitely have to catch replay. Oh, I got that. Sherry, good morning. You made it. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, I can't even think of the math, Landa. If you're talking about 82 of these, I don't remember what our math is. Lisa, thanks for sharing. Stacy, love all the cards today. Thank you. Okay, well, don't forget over on the blog, stamptherapist.com at 11 a.m. Central, I will have these recipe cards for these 3 cards where you have the picture, the measurements, and the supplies used. If you ever find mistakes in those, let me know, and I will go in and correct it, and then it will update immediately when you refresh it or reopen it. These are the cards you, of course, have a chance to win today, so don't forget to comment on the video, even on replay, YouTube, or Facebook. And let me know if y'all have any questions. Thanks for sharing, Sherry. I didn't want to have to leave them up at class. Page 4 sample. Oh, page 82. Thank you. Okay. I was like, are we? Yeah, I was confused, but she was telling me page 82. All right. Everyone have a great one. So I will see you guys in from today, 3 weeks, approximately 3 weeks on live. But I will update. I don't know if I'll change it, and try to go live at the end of May. The 31st is a Wednesday. So we'll see. It depends on how busy I am when I get back. Mary the Copper is my favorite. Yes. So anyway, any questions, let me know. Everyone have a great 3 weeks. And I'll still have, don't worry, I'll have internet. So I can still reply to stuff and help you guys. Have a great one. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ro. I will see everybody next time. Bye.